Business owners, entrepreneurs, and even ministry leaders, I got a question for you. Have you ever went on somebody's website and you tried to do business with them and you just couldn't connect? Well, today on this episode of Bootstrapping Business and Ministry, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you do not need a complicated website. What's going on, everybody? Glenn P. Brooks Jr. here. Super excited to be back for another edition of Bootstrapping Business and Ministry. Now, let me just say this on the front end. We're going to talk about websites. And I know that there are a ton of thoughts, schools and schools of thoughts on, do you make it complicated? Do you not? You have all this information as a business owner or an entrepreneur, and you are really wanting to share it with it. The last thing you need is for somebody to come on your website and they can't get the products or services that you offer. I get all of that. When I started our business 5 years ago, I did not know what I was doing at all. And I think that my ignorance kind of served me well in the sense that I made things so simple that a second grader could understand it. Now, the truth of the matter is that my website to this day isn't super beautiful. It's not super pretty. It doesn't have a bunch of bells and whistles. And quite honestly, it has helped me to actually build a business that not only is functional, but quite frankly, that has led more people to be able to connect with me and help me to help them than anything I've ever done. And the reason why is because I've oversimplified it. So today on this edition of Bootstrapping Business and Ministry, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you don't need a complicated website. Number 1, and I need you guys to really write this down and lean into this, is that you need to be concerned that you should be designing a website with actual people in mind. Write that down. Design a website with people in mind. I think that all too often, particularly in this technological world that we live in, we forget the human factor. And I want you to begin to think like a consumer. So when you are putting together a website, or quite frankly, having someone else put it together for you, you should be in the room. You should be in the conversation. They should understand what you're trying to communicate through your website. I'm going to actually share my screen with you today, and I chose to do this particular episode on Zoom just so that I could do that. But one of the things that I did is I made sure that I was thinking about the end user. I don't know about you, but when I go onto a website, I just want it to function. I just want to be able to get what it is I came for. And then if I choose to stick around and browse, there's more things and more information for me to be able to get. So I just want you guys to lean into that. Number 1, you need to be designing a website with people in mind. Now, the other thing, and we're going to get into sharing my screen in a second, but number 2, write this down, the process should be easy. Easing the process. And so when I talk about easing the process, I know that we had played with a lot of different ways that we wanted to make our website look, with the website that's really robust with all the tabs across the top of it and that sort of thing. But we opted to actually go with more of a landing page kind of a concept when we did our website. So really it makes it super easy to scroll down. So right now I wanted to share my screen really quickly. This is my website, Glenn P. Brooks Jr. LLC. You can find it at glennpbrooksjr.com. And one of the things that you'll notice really quickly is that it is super simple. Glenn P. Brooks Jr., author, speaker, coach, that identifies who I am, what I do, and the whole 9 yards, right? Then as you continue to scroll down, first thing up is the thing that I want people to do. There's this call of action. It's most often the current thing that I'm working on. And so I want to put that front row and center, create a click button where they can register. Now, again, I'm talking about the ease of use. If you want to know who I am, what I do, why I do it, and who I do it for, this video will give you a brief introduction to me. As a matter of fact, I need to update this. But the truth of the matter is that it gives people a reference point. Then you scroll down, here are the things that I do that you can become a part of. If you want to book me to speak, you click here, or you want to see what live events I'm doing, my coaching and one-on-one group coaching, professional development, whatever you're looking for. If you're looking to purchase one of the 7 books that my wife and I have written, you can find it there. Again, it is super simple. It's going to scroll down, tell you about the personal development and different things that I'm doing. If you want to schedule a free discovery session, that's made very clear. I'm a certified DISC trainer, so therefore I give a DISC assessment of which you can take online and then schedule an actual assessment with me or debrief so that we can break that down to you. Well, you can click all of that to learn more about that. We also run professional development, group coaching, a platform called the MMC. It's the MMC Intensive. Q3 has already closed and we're on to Q4. Just simple information. If you want to view more, you click here and it will show you more information about the MMC Intensive. It goes down. There's a video that explains that at that particular point. It gives you all the in-depth information that you ever want to need, pricing, dates, the whole 9 yards. And at that particular point, it's just super simple. If you want to schedule a session and learn more about it, you can click there and it will allow you to schedule some time with me. The point I'm making here, guys, is that it's just simple. It's big. It's not super colorful. It's not something that makes you say, oh my God, what is there? I think that all too often, most people, they are thinking, listen, I've got you now, so I might as well, take you around the store. The problem is that when you are talking with people and dealing with people in a virtual setting, it's too easy for them to just click back. It's too easy for them to just leave the store. When you go into a retail store, generally speaking, if you've weaved your way around into the store, it's a little difficult for you just to pop out of the store, right? You kind of have to walk back through. Well, people like to create websites like that. The only problem is that it's not real. It's virtual. And so people have many more choices when they're on virtually. I mean, let's be honest. If I want to be on my cell phone and if I want to be on my other computer, if I want to be talking to somebody that comes into my office, all of those things are available to me when I am virtual versus when I'm in a store. I'm kind of present. I kind of don't have access to other things. So I want you to create the process to be super easy. Number 3, here's what I want you to do. I want you to set and meet people's expectations. One of the things that I do often is I will poll, what do people think? Recently, I posted on Facebook, what do you want in a website? What would, as a consumer, what do you prefer or what do you like in a website? And do you know what the overwhelming response, and there was a ton of comments, the overwhelming response was that they just want the thing that they came there for. They want their expectations met. If they came to book something, they want to be able to book it. Does the link work? Hello? If they came to do business, that maybe they want to read about a product or service, is there a description for it? And the only way you know what the expectation of your target client or your target audience is to ask them. And so I want you to spend some time as a business owner polling the people that you serve. What do you want? How do you want this to look? Because at the end of the day, the website really isn't about me. The website is about the end user. And if you can understand that, guys, you will not overcomplicate matters. Let me just say this in closing. Listen, I've written 7 books between my wife and I. We've sold close to 40,000 books since 2011. We've built a business that's been profitable for the last 3.5 years. Our business is 5 years old. We're continuing to grow, and you can see my website is super duper simple. I spend a lot of time on social media. If you go to my website and you look at the top right-hand corner, it gives you all the icons of where you can meet me on social. But the truth of the matter is, I just want to create a clean experience that gives you what you want. I'm not saying that you can't have a complicated website because, some people, maybe there's a need for that. But here's what I promise you. I think that you will find that you're going to lose more people the more complicated your website is. I hope that's helped you. If this really has helped you, do me a favor and stick around. We'll be right back and tell you more information about how you can subscribe to where it is that we do. At the end of the day, guys, here's what I know to be true. You cannot get to any place of significance by yourself. Why? Because we all need some help. Well, if you've enjoyed this particular content, I appreciate if you would just click the link, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and meet us back here every week as we drop another episode of Bootstrapping Business and Ministry. Our job is to help you do things just a little bit easier. At the end of the day, we all need some help. Click the link.